So I wanted to bring up the, for those that have AdminStudio or maybe looking at it, not familiar with the capabilities we have in MSIX. So wanted to speak to that. And all right, perfect. All right, cool. So I'm in AdminStudio, specifically the application manager, which is the front end for the what's called the application catalog. It's a SQL database, either you host or you can host in the cloud. And this is kind of your workspace to prepare applications, whatever you need to do. So traditional, let's take an MSI package and create a transform file for it, or repackage an EXE into an MSI. But we can also do MSIX. We can launch the repackager that we include natively supports MSIX as a package format. So repackaging, just a quick review, is running the original vendor's installation, typically in EXE that doesn't really work well with silent command line switches or anything. But if you want to move to MSIX, you can run that on a clean machine. We capture the end result of that installation, and we can build, among other things, an MSIX package, and we can digitally sign it at that point too, at which point it can be imported in the catalog. You can see I have a version of Notepad++, and got a few different versions available, the original EXE and the MSI. I had an AppV package for it. Something else we support is if you were a heavy user of AppV packages and you're looking to migrate over to MSIX, we do support the native conversion from AppV to MSIX, so you can do that. And then once you have the MSIX package, either through the repackager or converting AppV to MSIX or whatever, we can edit that up. And we do have an editor for that MSIX package, so I can modify the package information. Just like if you're familiar with like our install shield solution, a lot of times that would create an MSI. You wanted to maybe add some additional files or registry key items. Not usually do that through a transform for a vendor app, but if it's, say, an internally built app, you can add those files directly. Well, you can do a similar process with MSIX packages. So if there's a file that you need to add specifically to the AppV package version, you can do that here. So you can see the file structure. I can delete files. I can add new files here. Same with the registry. I can see what the registry, the virtual, that's inside the virtual packages exists here. And then I can go ahead and create new values in here. I can see the different dependencies and set up information there. So Windows dependencies, or if there's other packages it depends on, or drivers. Drivers can install natively as part of the MSIX package, but they could be installed separately, and you can set up that dependency. Different package declaration rules that you may want to set up. Capabilities to allow you to control what MSIX packages can and can't do on your machine. Applications, which are basically the analogous to shortcuts, and how they are visible within, those as tiles. They show up, they get installed on Windows, so you can configure some of that information. Changing different visual assets like the app icon and different resolutions of it. If you need to change that. Then we show things like package declaration, content URL. And as Tim mentioned, there's oftentimes you need fix-ups. So we have a support for a lot of different fix-ups that you can apply, either file redirection, PowerShell scripts. So you may want to run a script at launch or at the conclusion of the MSIX package that may need to configure something so the app runs properly. File not found, registry keys. So a lot of different fix-ups you can configure. There's also a trace option where you'll sign and we can build the MSIX package, and then you'll actually run it. And as you run it, it'll look to see if there's any issues that it's found, and then have some recommendations for fix-ups too. So you don't necessarily have to know exactly what fix-up to supply. The editor can suggest some fix-ups for you as well. Cool. So that's the capabilities around AdminStudio. Oh, and was mentioned app attached. We can also convert MSIX packages to app attached. So if you're going to Azure or similar, you can create those natively too. And of course, we support publishing to various different distribution systems like Config Manager and Intune, so we can natively publish MSIX packages to your Intune environment, for example, too.